Question number 1 from June Burdett, Malaysia. What are the characteristics of a Sotapanna, and is it possible to attain Sotapanna if one already has a family in this very life?
Yes. A Sotapanna has the wisdom to see that the body isn't himself or herself. The body is just a gift from the parent. Yeah. The one who possesses the body is not the body. The one who possesses the body is the mind. The one who thinks, the one who knows. Yeah. Once he or she understands that he isn't the body, then he can relinquish the body, let go of the attachment to the body, and will not be affected by the condition of the body. Whether the body get old, get sick or die, it will not bother him or her. Yeah. Then he becomes a Sotapanna. You can do this you don't have to become a monk, but you have to meditate. You need to have samadhi. At least you have to have appana samadhi. And you have to have the wisdom to see anicca dukkha anatta of the body. Once you see anicca dukkha anatta of the body, and you have the strength to let go of your attachment. You need samadhi to give you the strength to let go of your attachment. If you have no strength, even if you know the body is anicca dukkha anatta, you can still not let go of the body. So you need samadhi, and you need wisdom to see that the body is anicca dukkha anatta. It's impermanent. It's not yourself. It will make you sad if you cling to it.
Her next question: how to send metta to our spouse or children who always have mood swing and are quick-tempered?
Metta is to be applied when you are with them. When you see them, instead of making them sad, you should try to make them happy. Like giving something, giving food, giving something for them to drink, or buy them gifts. Making people happy is the giving of metta. Caring for people, loving people, being kind to people. This is metta. You can only do this when you are with them, not when you are alone, and you cannot send metta to them. There is no delivery system that you can sit here and then send metta to your wife in another place. You have to meet them, and then that's when you can give them metta. See your wife, give her a kiss, say hello, how are you, I love you. And this is metta.
Second question from Kiao Tu Yangon, Myanmar. I want to know about Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path, and a picture.
You can go into the Google and search for the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. You can get all the details there. It's better than for me to tell you. You can search in Google. It will come up.
He sent a picture, but it's a Myanmar.
What? Picture of what? Picture of himself?
No, I think something that he asked Lord Paul, what is this?
This is just a schematic trying to explain what the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path is, but it's not necessary. It's just a schematic. It's not useful. You have to understand what the Four Noble Truths is and what the Eightfold Path is, and know how to practice according to these Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path.
Next question. I understand when Ajahn says there's no I, me or myself in the body, Ajahn taught me to contemplate that my hair is not me, my teeth are not me, etc. Can Ajahn teach me how to contemplate that there's no I in the mind?
Yes, but it's too far. First you have to be able to let go of your body first. Once you have let go of your body, then you can concentrate on letting go of your mind. Because you cannot do both of them at the same time, because it will be confusing. First you need the mind to let go of the body. Once you let go of the body, then you use wisdom to let go of the mind. The next step. The same thing, to let go of the mind is to stop thinking. See? When you think, you start to think I, me, and my. When you stop thinking, the I, me, and my will disappear. So you have to have strong mindfulness to be able to stop your thoughts. When you stop your thought, then you will see that the mind is just a knower. But when you start to think, then the mind turns into me, I, my, and myself. So you first have to let go of your body first. After you have let go of your body, then you can come and let go of your mind. Every time you think of I, then you have to tell yourself this is just a temporary, it's what we call, something you make up, not real. It's your thought that make up I, me, and my. It's not real. The real thing is the one who knows, the knower. So in practice, what you want to do is to try to be the knower and not to be the thinker. When you see something, just know. Don't think about what you see, because when you think, you start to have reaction to what you see. But if you just know, then you don't react. The goal is to stop reacting to everything that you come into contact with.
Next question from Frankie Yodi, Indonesia. In Greek Kauhat Sutta, Mahagopalaka Sutta, the Buddha explained that the bhikkhu who is not knowledgeable about materiality, Rupanyu, is impossible to meet growth in Dhamma Vinaya. Growth refers to morality, concentration, vipassana, path, and fruit. Should a practitioner learn how to see materiality?
What does materiality mean? Yeah.
Rupa.
I don't think I can answer this question. I don't understand the question.
Okay. His next question also related to some ascetic Brahmin Sutta, that the Buddha explained ascetics, Brahmin, and bhikkhu who do not understand the element, the origination, and the cessation will not abide having direct knowledge and will not realize their goals. So should a practitioner learn how to see elements?
Well, elements is the building blocks of all things. See? Like the elements there are 6 elements. First is the earth, water, fire, and wind. Then the mind, the knowing element, and the space element. See? When these things combine, they make people, animal, mountain, trees, and so forth. So this is basically, you have to understand that everything is being built up by the 6 elements, and that they are impermanent. They combine and then they eventually will dissolve and separate, go back to their original state. The water will go back to water, the wind part will go back to the wind, the earth part will go back to the earth, the fire part will go back to the fire. Then that composition disappears, like the body. The body is built up by the 5 elements. Earth, water, fire, and wind makes up the water, the body, and then the mind, the knowing element comes and direct the mind to do different kind of karma. But the 4 elements, the earth, water, fire, and wind, will one day separate. When that happens, the body dissolves and disappears. So this is basically knowing the elements that makes up everything in this world. So once you see that they are just elements, they are not people, they are not human, they are not animal, then you will not be attached to them. Then you will not have any suffering when they separate, when they dissolve.
Next question from Max Lee, Penang, Malaysia. Can Ajahn please state all the 32 parts of the body in simple English, because some parts are difficult to understand, like mesentery. What is mesentery in plain English?
Well, you can search in Google. Just Just put the word in Google and say definition. It will tell you what they are. I don't know. I usually know it in Thai more than in English. So just search the 32 parts of the body, and which part you don't understand, just search for the definition of that word.
Next question from Rufina Liu. Someone said when pain arises, I should pay attention to it until the pain goes away. But I notice when I pay attention to the pain, it grows more intensely, and the pain feeling becomes double. What should I do?
Well, the goal is not to get rid of the pain when the pain arises. The goal is to teach the mind to accept the pain and leave the pain alone by either using mindfulness, concentrating on a mantra to stop the pain, to stop the mind from reacting to the pain. If you have no mindfulness, it's the natural tendency of the mind to react to the pain by either getting rid of it or getting away from it. And when you cannot get rid of it or cannot get away from it, then you become frustrated and unhappy. But if you can teach your mind just to remain calm and just to face the pain, leave the pain alone by using a mantra, then your mind will not be reacting to the pain, and your mind can exist with the pain without being bothered by the pain. So this is the purpose of practice, not to get rid of the pain, not to change the pain, just to leave it alone. The purpose is to stop the mind from reacting to the pain. Because if the mind stops reacting, then the mind will be calm and peaceful and not being impacted by the pain.
When I do not pay attention to the pain, is this vipassana?
No, this is just mindfulness, pulling your mind away from the pain, so you don't have any reaction to the pain. With vipassana, you don't pull your mind away from the pain. You look straight in the eyes and just say, it's nothing to be afraid of. You can live with it, see? And you cannot do anything about it. You cannot force the pain to disappear. You cannot change it. It comes and goes by itself. Only thing you can do with the pain is to live with it when it comes. If you can live with it, knowing that there's nothing you can do about it, this is vipassana. Seeing the pain as anicca, seeing the pain as anatta.
Next question from Dogi Wallace, Ontario, Canada. When I read or hear words of wisdom from Ajahn Dhamma, in that moment I do get it, but I find it difficult to retain in my day-to-day life. How to strengthen this resolve?
Well, keep listening again and again, repeatedly, until you can remember it. Then you can then apply it in your daily life.
Next question from Evelyn Cole. I always feel unwell and always experience uncomfortable feeling in my chest area. I've gone to see a doctor and doctor said there's no heart problem. I also took some herbs, but it's not effective either. What should I do?
Just live with it, accept it for what it is. It's just like pain that arises when you sit in meditation. See, you use the pain in meditation to teach you how to cope with other kind of pain. Once you can cope with the pain that arises from meditation, then you can cope with the other pain in your daily life. You can leave it alone. If you can fix it, fix it. If you cannot fix it, then you just consider it's part of your life.
Next question from Sujata, Singapore. I'm currently working as a research assistant in an education research institute in Singapore. I applied for PhD and got accepted. My purpose of pursuing PhD in educational and development psychology is to continue learning, helping others, and advancing my career. I know that studying can be time-consuming. I'm afraid that pursuing PhD will take time away from my Dhamma practice. But if I only have a master degree, I'll be neither here nor there in terms of career prospect. I hope one day I can eventually focus on my spiritual practice after I carry out my duty as a daughter and have enough financial resources to support myself without working full-time. But for now, can Ajahn advise me on what should I do? Will I be wasting precious time by pursuing PhD?
Well, there's a possibility that you might die before you get your PhD. Have you ever thought of that possibility? If you have thought, then you might think maybe taking the PhD is not worth your time, because it's better to get as much Dhamma as you can now, because Dhamma will be the real thing for you. Everything else will be just fake. They're only good while you're still alive, but once you die, they don't serve any purpose to you anymore. But with Dhamma, you can take Dhamma with you. So if I were you, I would abandon the PhD program and concentrate on my spiritual practice, because I don't know when I'm gonna die.
Next question from Kevin, Penang, Malaysia. I've seen my sister going through suffering because of family issues for the past few years. Her husband is a recreational drug user and has been physically and mentally abused my sister. They have a son and a daughter. They own a seafood restaurant. We sell live crabs and fishes. The family is rich but has no happiness and peace. So his question, are the lost souls of crabs and fishes haunting the family as their lives were taken away from them?
No. The soul of the fishes and the crabs, they just go on to their next existence. Yeah. But the bad karma that the people do is the one that haunts them, that causes them problem, makes them unhappy.
His next question, I know family issues are difficult to settle by outsider, but from Buddhist perspective, what would be the best approach or advice for my sister?
First, she has to seek your advice first. If she doesn't seek for advice, then you should not give her any advice, because it will be just being a busybody. They don't need your help, so you don't give them help. But if she needs help and she asks for help, then you should ask her to decide, to weigh the option of whether living with her husband or separating, which one is better. And then she should decide for herself which option is better for her.
Next question from Andy Lee, Indonesia. My parents do not understand why I practice a lot of dana to the Sangha. They scolded me and told me how foolish I am offering dana to the Sangha. I respect and care for my parents, like giving them monthly allowance to cover their expenses. However, I do prioritize serving the Sangha, like buying good food to offer the Sangha. And I never ask my parents whether they have eaten or not. I try to obey my parents, but in the case when my mom prohibits me to do dana, I will not obey her. Should I respect and prioritize my parents before the Sangha, even though they don't understand the Buddha's teaching and prohibit me from doing dana?
If you do dana, you should first do it to your parents first, because your parent is they've been very beneficial to you. They had give you birth, they have raised you, so you should look after them first before you go look after the Sangha. Once they are well looked after, then you can go and look after the Sangha. The Buddha says giving dana to your parents is like giving dana to an arahant. So you should not overlook the arahant that you have at home, and go look for arahant outside of your house. Yeah. First, you can give dana to arahant in your house. Yeah. Once you have done that, then you can go and give dana to arahant outside of your house. Yeah.
Next question. His next question. My mother prays to shaman, which is rituals or going into trance, and never listen to Dhamma. She has her own greed and therefore trying to stop me from doing dana. How to make her believe in the Dhamma instead of trying for shaman?
This is something that she has to have interest in. If she has no interest in the Dhamma, then it's not possible. Yeah. You might be able just to leave books around her, Dhamma books around her, or CDs or whatever, and maybe one day she might be curious and wants to read or want to listen. Yeah. But something like this cannot be forced upon another person. The person has to have curiosity or have interest. If they don't have no curiosity or interest, then there's nothing you can do for them.
Next question from Siska Lai, Jakarta, Indonesia. I felt extremely sad because someone has hurt me so badly. Please teach me the Dhamma way, how to forgive and how to give loving kindness towards someone who has hurt me so badly.
Well, you can look at it that maybe this is the consequence of your past karma. You might have done something bad to this person, so now it's this person's turn to do it bad to you. and you can look at it that it's something that you cannot stop or prevent. Yeah. So to get angry or to have ill will toward that person won't make you feel better. It will make you feel worse. But if you want to feel better, you just have to forgive. And if you can forgive, then you will be a better person than the person who hurt you. And you will be a better person yourself. Rather than having ill will toward that person, you having loving kindness. You are actually developing yourself to become better, higher, by forgiving. You're not doing it for the other person. When you forgive that other person, you are actually doing it for yourself. You are improving yourself. You are making yourself better, higher.
Next question from Mei Yang. I follow Ajahn talks on YouTube and Facebook. I find them very helpful. I would like to know if Ajahn Suchat conducts any retreat in English in Thailand or Malaysia, and if there is any, I would like to join the retreat.
I'm sorry, I don't have the time. This is the retreat I do every day. Just you can come in and follow our live broadcast on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you have any question, you can send in the message and we can reply to you.
Question number 14 from Rose. What is your personal phone number? Can I call you?
No, I don't have. I don't give number to people. I usually don't turn on the phone. I only use it for emergency cases, or when I have to contact somebody, then I turn on the phone.
Can I Skype you on personal basis?
No, I don't have any time for that.
Okay, so last question from about the teacher Chua Seng Yi. His first question: what are you?
I'm sorry, and I cannot answer this kind of question. I am me, and you are you. That's all you have to know. I'm a human being, and you are a human being. We are just the same. Ask this kind of question, I think you are asking for trouble. You're not asking for knowledge. So it's better not to send in this kind of question, because I would not indulge in answering this type of question. Okay? That's enough. I have read his question and I find it, first it's very confusing what he's asking. Secondly, he's not asking for knowledge. He's asking for trouble. So I think it's better not to engage with this type of questions. Okay? All right. Okay, and thanks for your question. And we can have this again next time. May you progress, advance in your practice. May you find peace and happiness in your life. Bye-bye. He's asking